Hi, friends. Welcome again to another episode of Soaring Through Chaos. And as I've said before, the purpose of these recordings of this series is to really explore ways in which we can find meaning through the crisis that we are in. We've been through one of the biggest ones in our lifetime, the pandemic. And some people say it's not even a crisis, but we know people who are losing lives. We know a lot more people who have lost their jobs. And a lot of us are concerned, some are panicked. So, how do we grow through all this? How is it possible to find meaning in our lives during these times? We cannot indefinitely postpone our life. So, with me here is Aayushi Jauhari, who I met actually at the Sabarmati Ashram, the Gandhi Ashram, about, I think, 2 years ago. And this young woman has been through a lot in her life in different ways. And each time she finds something more meaningful to do. So, Ayushi, what brought you to we met during the Wood by Love workshop, which was offered by the people at the Sabarmati Ashram and related NGOs. So, can you tell us what brought you there and how you got into all these things?
Yeah, sure.
You were not a typical social worker. You were an engineer before that, isn't it? So tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about your
right.
life.
Yeah, so before starting, first of all, I would like to thank you for creating this space, the space where we people could share our feelings, our journey, and get to know each other about the people. And thanks for creating this channel. You are being a threat to all of us. So starting with mobile love, yes, you're right that before my journey, before being a social worker or before being a social entrepreneur, I was first of all an engineer. And starting my journey from electronic and communication engineer, I was. And I have completed my schooling from my hometown Ujjain. I belong to the central part of India, being born and brought up in a middle class family, where you can say a part of this social structure, a part of this. A product of this patriarchal society and everything. And I grew there. I pursued my engineering. I got campus placement into Tata Consultancy Services, and I joined there. I did my training from Trivandrum, and I got my base location in Ahmedabad. So I was in Ahmedabad, and I was before my campus selection, also in my college days, I was into drama, theater things. So I kind of thought to start that venture into TCS also, like how we could bring drama or how we can bring street plays into TCS. So our HR said that the TCS public is not for street plays. If you want to do street plays, you can go to the schools nearby where our TCS people are doing volunteering, and there you can perform street plays. So we did that. We few of my friends, we created a group which was called as which was the drama club of TCS, and we started performing dramas and theaters and street plays in schools. And slowly I realized that the issues on which we were performing may it be related to girl child, may it be related to patriarchy. And I found that these all issues are actually these children are going through. And that kind of moved me a lot. There was an incident where I met one of the girl named as Kinjal. So she was from middle school in Amyapur in Ahmedabad, and she met me and she shared her dreams with me that she wanted to be a painter, but she don't have access to things like drawing copy or colors and everything. And there I realized that how privileged I am, and how there is a great difference, societal difference between these children and me. And my parents, they are teachers, but I have never heard about the stories of students, because they are also government teachers, they also teach students. But I heard stories of teachers union. I heard stories of this system, this you can say politics and everything. But I never heard stories of children. And all those stories and multiple experiences I've gone through in those schools while performing street plays, which moved me. And I thought of doing volunteering in those schools itself. So starting from teaching drama to those students, I finally moved into complete volunteering, like with my TCS mentors. Like there was Ashish Bhai, there was Kishan Bhai, with whom I used to go to schools and perform volunteering there. And this is how I moved into this social sector or development sector. That was my first step into this sector. And so parallelly, there I met Kishan Bhai. He is a mentor to me, and he's a kind of guru to me. He has given a change to my life. He has shaped my life, right from navigating my career and TCS to giving guidance in every step of my life decisions. That whenever I feel that I'm stuck, I could not take decision, or I'm struggling with ethics, or struggling with what is right or what is wrong, so I always take his support in guiding me. And he introduced me to this mobile love retreat where we met, and from there my spiritual journey started.
Wow, wow, that's really, really nice. Wow, so it was Kishan Bhai, and Kishan has also been a role model to me. I met him at the first Mobile Love retreat that I did at the same ashram, at the Gandhi Ashram, and the related charities. And he's a young man, and he inspires me. He inspires me to continue doing the work I do too. So this is great that I'm glad that you got into the social sector. But I have a question. Uh, Conventional wisdom is that the IT sector or the software industry or electronics industry pays a lot more money. But going into the social sector financially is a risk. And how did you feel about it, family, and what was the thought process for you to be able to move from a hardcore engineering, a technology field into the social sector? And are you happy with the decision so far? What has the journey been like?
Yeah. So yeah, that's true. Like this making this shift from corporate sector or from software engineering to this development sector, it was a kind of, first of all, challenging to me. But I realized that this is my only call. For example, I was not getting that much, you can say, satisfaction, or I was not enjoying coding for you say third party, where I can't see where this coding has been used, which I'm like creating websites, but who is using this website, what impact I'm creating, or how I'm touching the lives of other people. I was just sitting on a computer talking to that computer, and everything, like my world was limited to this distance only, from a computer, from a machine to me, and me to machine. And since childhood I had this interest about you can say world or about society, because I used to read about you can say the poems I read in my childhood, or the you can say theory, or the art that I was introduced in my childhood. I was very much fond of Hindi poems. You might have heard about Surkant Tripathi Nirala or Mahadevi Verma, Premchand, Munshi Premchand, Rabindranath Tagore. So that was kind of progressive thoughts these writers used to write. Dushyant Kumar, and from progressive thoughts to romanticism to you can say this like it was kind of window to me where I could see what is the actual world, and subjects like history or civics or anything that could just kind of create a narration of what is the society, what is world out other than me, and how I'm connected, how we both play part with each other. So that was the kind of thing which had intrigued from to me in since childhood. And I was not finding any connection with the world while doing this coding and everything. And so I realized that social sector is my call, because I was introduced to volunteering and everything. So I thought, yeah, this is the channel, or this is the pathway now where I have to move on. And I was really, really happy taking this transition. And it is a kind of, I would say, a complete transformation journey where I was a very much different girl then, and I'm a very much different girl now. And yeah, if we talk about happy, I'm more than happy. Like I could say, even though financial, when we talk about financial status, like it's true that People think that in social sector we can't earn money, but there are multiple other things that you earn. You earn the trust of people, you earn the trust of community, and you earn friends, you earn, you can say, satisfaction, because money is, I say, it is an important thing. But if we talk about current development sector, then yeah, it is also changing. It is also, you can say, going through a transformation phase. Now social work is just not related to working on grounds or working on fields. It's or the previous narration of social sector has been changed, where a social worker was considered to be like an image थी कि एक झोला टांग के कोई होगा, but it has greatly changed. You have social entrepreneurs now, and they are being more creative. Like you don't just need to work on fields. How you can change the organizations that are working on fields, how you can bring a kind of, you know, development sector is all about narrations also, like how you challenge the status quo. It's not just working with the community, but working in your own organization, how you are challenging the culture of your own organization, how, like if you say a top down approach, how you are moving into it. So it has also expanded a lot, like this development sector, and I'm really enjoying this journey from doing a shift from my corporate sector to taking this course in ISDM, where I've learned a lot, like all through transformation journey I've gone through.
Wow, tell us more about ISDM. It's, what is it called? The International, I forgot what ISDM stands for.
Indian School of Development Management.
And what was ISDM like? It's not a typical MBA program. It's a development management program. So what was it like, and what have you learned from it? And is there any lasting result because of that?
Right. So, like while I was doing volunteering in TCS Indore, I have created my own volunteering group of people, and I realized that it is, this development sector is not just about volunteering. You need to know different aspects behind this also. So I was searching for MSW courses initially, where I could get you know, theoretical knowledge or more deep down knowledge of this sector. But while searching for MSW courses, I came across this development course. So it was a post-graduation diploma in development leadership from ISDM. And I read how this course is very much different from MSW. Though it's a development management course, still it is very different from traditional management courses also, what we used to say MBA and everything. And I took admission here. It was an 11-month course, but this journey was very, you know, you can say a kind of very interesting, very transformation, very extreme and very intense journey I have gone through. So first of all, I was introduced to the various theories, like what is education in development sector, what is health, what is livelihood, and how all these elements play a part together to form the society, and how you can I was introduced to other lenses also, like gender lens, or how about various skills like systems thinking, or you can say design thinking. So there were many more things, but for me personally, this journey was about diversity. Like we have 79 students in our batch, in our cohort, and in all total we could speak 56 languages.
And wow, 56 yeah, languages from all over India.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Amazing.
So the most apart from conceptual knowledge, the most important thing I got here were people, diverse knowledge, diverse ideas, ideologies, theories, their thoughts, and like this diversity was something which has kind of you know, created a new perspective around me. For example, like in our ISDM, when we enter, there is a thought, there is one caption written here, that you learn most from the people least like you. And initially I couldn't understand this thought, like what is this about, but after 11 months now I could understand how much I've learned from these people, from their diverse thoughts. I've learned about like one of my friend was actually preparing for UPSC exams. So from her I learned about constitution and how constitution is the most important pillar of our country. From my another friend I learned about feminism. I learned about gender lens, how I could I could now see things which are near me, but previously I can't see them. Previously I was just blindfolded to them. Issues which are very much closer to me also, and so I learned a lot from these people. And you can say what was the result of this course. So it was not only personal transformation journey, but we came up with you can say one of the organization that took place in this journey, and I will just share about that. So while we were learning about various topics, we also have we used to brainstorm after our classes, now how these issues play part with each other, and we learned about integrated approach, like how we cannot see just one issue in silos, that if education is the problem, we can't just work on education, because if we will dug deep down, we will see that behind education there is livelihood, which is the problem. Then if we will think about livelihood, we will come to know that okay, health is the problem, root cause. So all these issues were interrelated, and then we thought how we can bring an integrated approach towards it. So we were around like 24 people in ISDM. We came together, did brainstorming on all these things, and we thought that we should form a collective. Now collective is something you can say an umbrella organization, which is collective is something coming together of different stakeholders or multiple people together which are working for the same cause, or which are working for the same issue, and bringing a widespread community impact. And there we created our organization called as Kayanthar. So in these 24 people, as I said, that we come from the various parts of the country, like some is from east, north, west, south, central India, and we speak different languages. Also we have various experiences, like there's a 19 year old guy to there is a person who is 32 years old. They have various life experiences. Some has expertise in education, some having expertise in this cooperatives, farmer producer organizations. Like I come from a corporate background. There are people who are working in development sector since 10 years. So all these multiple experiences and you can say diverse experiences coming together and shaping our organization called as Kayanthar. So yeah.
And thank you for introducing me to Kayanthar recently. For those who are viewing us, I said, okay, I'll be an informal advisor because it's very interesting, the idea of having an umbrella organization that will support initiatives in possibly 24 different places, 24 different states with an integrated approach is not a usual structure. But I know that you are all committed, and the commitment is huge. And you also love to cooperate and support each other's journey. So far, what have you all done? And interestingly, COVID struck as you are graduating, right? We have the pandemic. So how has the pandemic changed your plans, both on your own journey as well as the journey of the NGO Kayanthar?
Definitely. So this pandemic, it has actually changed everyone's life. Like we have moved from fields to are in front of our computers now, talking to friends physically. Now we are talking to each other on screens. So yeah, it has also changed our learning journey also. Like our last semester, we did it online, and we also got our convocation online, and our internship, which was supposed to be on ground. Like I was interning with Turn Your Concerns into Action, ICR Delhi. So initially 2 days I did it on ground, but then I have to come back to my hometown and did my complete internship on online. So initially we thought that okay, we are working from home. Then actually we realized no, it is not working from home. It's working in a pandemic. And also our plans changed regarding Kayanthar also. Like initially we thought that we will set up a physical space in Delhi, but it couldn't be possible because of pandemic, and we all were currently also we are all diversified in our hometown, different parts of the country. But we managed to get an online platform. Like our tech team has brought up this platform called a Same Page, and we are having online workspace, and we do everything online, like from Zoom calls, like meeting on Zoom calls. We have a regular town hall, and this is how, like, slowly, gradually, we coped up with this pandemic situation also. Initially people were also, when you are at home, then you are not so much focused, like you have different household chores you have to take care of, you have to take care of your family members also, and then you have to find job for yourselves also, or otherwise, multiple things were there. But because Kayanthar was something which was very dear to us, and it's a kind of, vision we all have seen, like a dream we have seen together. So yeah, we slowly we progressed, step by step we took progress here, and currently we will be launching our intervention or our programs on 2nd October in Mewat and Aurangabad. We have started with community mobilization in these places, and so the person in or the co-founder from Aurangabad and co-founder from Mewat, they have started with community mobilization with the community there, and that's great that community is also supporting us, and we are getting support from government also, like in taking initial permissions and everything. And yeah, we are so our intervention will be like this is probably the first and something going to happen in our country, like where a rural fellow and an urban fellow will be working together on field with an integrated approach for this transforming communities. So we are looking forward for it, and we know we'll do great. Yeah.
For once, I can't wait for October 2nd, which is Mahatma Gandhi's birthday.
Right.
And this year is correct me if I'm wrong, is the 151 years of Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, right? What a wonderful way to celebrate.
Yes.
I'm so looking forward to it. So now my question is, as we spoke, the pandemic has changed everything. So if you had any financial plans of raising money and all that, not realistic in this new environment where existing large NGOs and CSR initiatives, corporate social responsibility initiatives are being scaled back, many companies are laying off. How are you able to manage? Are you 24 people who are the initial team? Are you all going to be able to work full time? And how do you bring the financial resources needed to support yourself as well as what you're trying to do?
So yeah, Shankar, that's exactly true that there is no funding in the market right now. There is very limited funds and limited resources. And since we are starting a very new organization, ours is a budding organization, so people are also reluctant to trust us. Like first, you need to kind of show something concrete that you have actually done in the past years. Then only we can get funding. So yeah, funding is a real issue. But we learned how to cope with it. Like initially we can't just go and ask door to door for funding. So we realized currently what resources we have. For example, first of all, we are 24 diverse people with diverse experiences. So there is no need for any other team. Like we don't need to hire people as of now for carrying forward the Kayantar's work. And so 7 to 8 people are doing full time for us, and 2 of them are from Mewat and Aurangabad, where the organization will be having its first piloting. And next, other people will be consultants for us. So consultants, in the sense, they won't be dedicating their full time because they are working for another organization. Everyone have to see for their financial requirements also. But they will be working on as a need basis. For example, either on weekends or whenever we require their expertise. For example, if we need any kind of digital marketing expertise, so we can call that consultant, and we can have plans created for it. So this is the way we are working. Also, we have divided ourselves into team. Like there is funding team, there is design team, there is tech team, there is Marcom team, and operations team. And first of all, we don't have any kind of hierarchy. Like we don't want to be an hierarchical organization or any kind of top to bottom approach. But we have started with the vision of flat organization. We can bring a kind of team culture, you say, or we are all interlinked with each other and taking the decisions collectively, and that's why this is how we work. And with respect to funds, so we realize what are the resources that we are having apart from the experiences we have, apart from the people we have, what we can do without funds. Like I understand funds are important thing, but for community mobilizations you don't need much fund. So we have started with community mobilization. Then for marketing you don't need much fund, like on social media marketing if you can do, or like mouth of word you can spread. So all these things are not dependent on funding. And so we realized that instead of having this mindset of scarcity, if we can come up with a mindset of abundance, and that we have learned in ISDM also. Like we were given an experiment, we have to save an egg. Egg was to be dropped down from third floor building, and we have to save it from breaking by just, we were given one newspaper, we were given pencils, and we were given rubber bands. Now how you will save this egg after it's being dropped down to break out. So yeah, we realized that with limited resources also you can do wonders. And so as of now, Kayanthar is our egg, and we have to save it in this pandemic. And definitely I think once this pandemic will pass down, and if we will go to people, like when they will see that without funds also, or without much resources also, we have did this much wonders. And we have initiated with our program on 2nd October without much funding also. So I think that will be the point that would be kind of say wonderful for us, where people will trust us. Okay, if you can sail through this storm, then definitely you will have a long, far way to go.
So Ayushi, this is really a great vision that no matter what happens, you're not going to let the pandemic slow down your work. You will actually go ahead and do what you have sought to do, which is this group of 24 people working dedicatedly towards various causes in their local areas. So my question is this: we are just about in the midst of one of the biggest job losses in the country and in the world. And the reality is we do need resources. We need oxygen at home. How are you and others going to balance that out, given that it may take an indefinite amount of time to raise money? And it's not just Kayanthar, but practically every NGO, every CSR, every social cause is facing this. How are you and the other 23 people going to balance this out to make sure your families and you yourself are getting the financial resources you need, and also are able to work on these social causes? What's your formula? How are you going about it?
Right. So, Shankar, that's right. Like in this pandemic, everyone is facing financial crisis, be it, and jobs are being laid off, and definitely one have to take care of their financial requirements there, because they have to take care of their families also. Sustainable living, you need to take care of yourself and family, and the same is the case with me and my 23 people also. So as I already said, that few people will be doing full time who can afford to work on the grounds, because they have kind of sustainable backup, or if not sustainable backup, it's their hometown where the any program is going to be initiated. So they can afford to work on grounds. But those who can't, and also we don't need 24 people all at once on ground right now. So definitely people can like they have taken consultant jobs in Kayanthar, and they are doing their full-time job for other organizations. For example, if you have joined some NGOs working as program managers, program officers, and if you have joined their own jobs back with living with which they came to ISDM, and same is with me also. Like previously I was working with Tata Consultancy Services, but previously I was working as a systems engineer. I was into development field and volunteering and this was my, you can say, parallel work that I have taken care of, being a CSR scope there. But now I have moved again to TCS, and I will be taking care of CSR projects there. So I have joined the CSR India team, and so I'm really, you can say, thankful to TCS. Like, there were options for me where I could have taken other jobs, like maybe fellowships or other jobs also, but I thought to go back to TCS because of the values that TCS has embedded in me. And also TCS is also okay with doing this consultant job in an organization, in an NGO. And I really love TCS vision with for the community, so they will never stop me for their, like, I've already cleared my criteria that I will be working as a consultant in Kayanthar, and I will be serving full time, and they have never stopped me from doing this, and I'm really grateful to them for this. And yeah, we do need jobs to take care of our family. Like, my family is also said to me that why you want to work for Kayanthar, which is a budding organization, you don't have any future there, or why you like in being a system engineer here, or you can have got promotions here, you can have earn better here. But slowly they are also realizing that, yeah, it's most important thing is about the person's aim or person's passion, what we want to pursue in our life, rather than being a robotic or mediocre life, like you have taken birth, now you have to study well, you have to score good marks, and you have to get married, you have to get settled, you have to produce children, and then take care of your children, and the cycle goes on. So we can't always be do that robotic thing now. So yeah, I realized, and my parents also slowly they have started realizing the same thing, and now they respect my decision of working in both. And recently also I have read one report about, or one article about this pursuing more than two careers together. Like, it's not always that you can either in corporate or only in NGO sector. People say that it is a conflict of interest, but I think this millennial generation, as the report I was reading, it says that this millennial generation want to pursue different interests, like being a musician also, and being an you can say this software engineer also. Both the profession a person is taking care of together and doing wonders in both the professions. So it's about creativity, it's about interest. If you can do pursue both the things together, then what's there to stop you?
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that all of you, the 24 of you, are dedicated to taking care of your personal needs, and if need be, to take on multiple projects. That itself is a huge thing. And the way I see it, dedication is everything, and to make the organization sustainable is the first step. Sustainability begins at home. So if you can make the organization sustainable from day one without even needing money, in other words, how can you make it happen without necessarily getting a big cash infusion to start and to make and let it grow? It's like a seedling that is growing, right? You earlier mentioned the idea of an egg. So you take care of that egg. And then when it germinates, that's when it needs the food. When the bird comes, when it hatches, that's when you need to start feeding it. So you're really in the incubation stage, isn't it?
Yes,
I'm glad we talked about all these things. Do you have any words to tell people how they can pursue their dreams? I'm sure lots of your friends must be saying, oh my God, Aayushi, you got everything. You're so lucky. You can pursue your CSR dream, and you can do your NGO, and you've done software before. What do you have to say to people? Is there something you want to say to your own generation, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. Like, from my experience, I would say that it's all about how you pursue things, how you make choices. It's not just being lucky. Like, yeah, I believe that universe plays part, but it plays part when you have that passion in your heart, or when you have that grit in yourself, when you have that I just perseverance in yourself, that I want to pursue, or I want to live my dream. And I see, like, there are many people who first of all, you need to find your gift. Like, first purpose of life should be, what is your gift that the universe has given to you. And second purpose should be how you can give away that gift for the greater good, for the community or for the society, because we all are linked with each other. There is no either or, there is no white black, or there is no kith and kin, but we all are connected to each other. And I'm very much inspired from this movie called Ship of Thesis, and it tells us that how everything is connected and everything just get transformed from one form to another, like an energy gets transformed from one channel to another. And so yeah, I believe that first you need to find what you want to do with your life. Just you want to live it for yourself, or take it as a responsibility for people around you also, or even if you want to, even if you have any kind of passion, if arts or creations or whatever you want to do in life, just first of all find it and then pursue it with great perseverance, and definitely universe will support you.
Oh, thank you. That's so beautiful. I think I came up with another jingle today, Pursue with Perseverance. So it's really nice to hear that. I've never heard that before. Yes, we need to pursue passionately and with perseverance, because nothing comes just like that, right? Luck favors the brave, as they say. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
And it was wonderful, wonderful talking to you again, Ayushi. And I wish you all the best. I know that you guys will succeed. And I'll do my part in terms of whatever I can guide. I'm still doing my roaming around the world a little bit, but I'm sure I've no desire to settle down in one place anymore. But it is good that you guys will be distributed in maybe 20 plus states all around India, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
So
yeah,
hopefully I'll visit all these sites over a period of time. I'm so grateful that
definitely.
you even chose me to.
Definitely. We are great to have you, and personally, I'm also great to have all people in my life who have supported me in my journey. Maybe my school teachers to fellows nearby me, my friends, my colleagues, my parents, my mentors, you, Yashun Bhai is here, my people at TCS, my people at Kayanthar, and everybody.
Wow, and it's so nice that you're able to go back to the same place where you worked for what, more than five
Yeah.
years, and then you
Yes,
go
yes.
back to it, and in a different incarnation, it's like a different avatar to be able to do the
Yes, yes.
CSR work and to do the working with communities in the development field. So it'll
Yeah,
be
right.
wonderful to hear how things shape up over a period of time. And
Sure,
we have,
definitely.
yeah, so it's time to say goodbye. And if people have any questions for you, what would be the best way they can reach you? Definitely share the link to
Uh,
that movie you mentioned. There's a movie that
Ship
you
of
watched.
pieces.
Yeah,
Yes,
please,
yes.
we'll share that link as well. And
Sure.
also, if you have, what would be the best way people can contact you?
Yeah, I have my LinkedIn profile is there. Otherwise, they can drop me a mail on my Gmail. I will share it with you.
Sure, great. We'll share all
Yeah.
that. And thank you again.
Yes.
And it's really good to get to know people like you who are not giving up on their dreams, pursuing it with perseverance. Amazing.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Shankar Bhai. Thanks,
I'm
everyone.
glad you
Thank
made the
you.
time to come talk to us. See
Yeah,
you all
thanks.
soon. See you again soon.
Yeah.